Hey everybody, this is Tony from Wired Up, and welcome to our SEO course. I'd like to start by explaining a few of the basics, so if you are more advanced you might want to skip this. I would recommend that you do follow the whole course through because there is always something to learn. So to start with a simple question, that what is SEO, or what is search engine optimization? What are we trying to achieve with it? The normal answer to this is we are trying to drive additional free traffic to our store, which is a good thing. And if we can do that in conjunction with a paid advertising campaign for our store, that's a good match for us. Some of our traffic is free, some of it is paid, and we're splitting our risk and getting a better return on investment from our Shopify store. So in simple terms, what is it? Well, when somebody goes to Google and they type in a search term, so cat food, dog food, art, t-shirts, whatever that term may be, what we are trying to do is to reverse engineer our store so that Google finds those terms and it associates the term that the person has searched for with what is on our store. So that is it in simplicity. It's matching up what the customer is looking for to make sure that we give them that. And Google works with relevancy, so the more relevant that your store is to the search that somebody has typed in, the stronger chance there is that your store will appear in those search results. So for example, if we're selling t-shirts and somebody types in t-shirts, that's a fairly broad term. There are many t-shirt stores out there. But if somebody keys in funny cat t-shirt or funny dog t-shirt or Jeep car t-shirt, we stand a lot better chance of matching up that search term to our store if that's what we sell. So by optimizing our store for those terms, and we do need to research those terms to find out what they are. That's not something you can really assume, to be honest. You do need to research those terms. We stand a lot better chance of appearing in Google search results. Not just Google, but other search engines as well, Bing for example. I heard that Shopify is not a good platform for SEO. There is a lot of talk about this and whether Shopify is good or bad, some talk around the URL structure. But in my experience, Shopify has been an absolutely excellent platform for SEO. The main reason for that is that it allows you to go into the store and easily edit things. Even as a beginner, you can easily and simply edit things as it needs to be for you. Now, that does require some brain power on your part. You have to do the research and you have to know what to put into the store in the first place. But as a technical platform, Shopify is excellent in my experience at allowing a beginner to do that without editing any code or doing anything too drastically technical. Are there any apps that will do this for me? The short answer to that, unfortunately, is no. There are apps that will do things like alt text for you for your images, or plenty of apps out there that will tell you how good your SEO optimization is. But there are none of them that I am aware of that will do the brain power for you and do the thought process and the research into those keywords and come up with those suggestions for you that you can put into the store. So my experience of apps has been that that they are pretty useless, to not be too blunt. And it's down to you as a store owner and as a human being to do your research and to put that research into practice in your store, and we'll go into detail of how to do that. Will I need to do a lot of blogging or link building? The short answer to that is no. In the longer term, both of those things are good things to do. In the short term, on-site SEO optimization is what will drive traffic to your store. Maybe 80% of your traffic will come from the words, the terms, the layout, the URL structure and more that go onto your store. If Google doesn't index your store as it is, what makes you think that by putting a load more blog content on there it's going to index it. It's not. It's just going to ignore it. So the keyword research that you do and the research that I'll show you, you can then incorporate into your blogging, and you can incorporate into your link building, and the whole thing will become a strategy that hooks together. Hopefully, when you see it in action, it will be quite simple. The penny will drop, and away you go. You'll be busy for the next year or two. What results should I expect, and how quickly? Most people think SEO is a long-term thing, and to some degree that's true. The longer you've been around, the longer your store has been around, the more Google pays attention to it. However, if you're a beginner and you start from scratch, you can see fairly instantaneous results. By instantaneous, I mean within 30 days you'll see the benefits, you'll see things happening. And if you're really good and you do things well and your store is popular, those results can be quite solid. It does depend on your niche and how saturated that is. I've worked with one customer that was selling stickers, and they were doing bumper stickers for cars and laptop stickers and that sort of thing. And because there wasn't a lot of competition in terms of SEO, he did very well very quickly. There's a lot of competition in terms of people selling stickers, but there is not a lot of competition in terms of people that have optimized their store properly in order to get the right results in search engines. So he got up there very quickly, and my own experience has been anywhere between 10 days and sort of 3 months you should start to see good return on that investment of your time. How much will all this cost me? How long is a piece of string is the answer to that question. What SEO is a trade-off between how much money you throw at it and how quickly you get the results. If you've got thousands of dollars, you pay an expert and you get results very quickly. If you don't have any money, you can do that work yourself, but because there's a limitation on your time, how many hours a day you can put into it, the trade-off for that is it takes a little longer. Now, if you're prepared to do the research yourself, if you're prepared to put the time in yourself and you value your time as free, I appreciate your time is not, but if you value your time as free, it will cost you very little. You're looking at a few dollars. Later on down the line, you can do things like buy articles, buy links, and you can put a little more money into it. But what it will cost you from day one really is zero. It will cost you time in research and your own time in doing the work yourself. You do not need to be a rocket scientist to do this. You don't need a degree in quantum physics or, there's no special skill. It is a methodology that you can follow through, and if you do things within that methodology, then you'll get better results. There are no guarantees about the results. It depends on the competition. Very little competition will see you at the top of Google. A lot of competition makes it a little more tougher. The good news is that this is a level playing field. If you have the same skill set and you have a computer, you can play at the same level as massive multinational companies. They have a bit more budget to throw at it, obviously, but they're not doing anything technically that you can't do yourself. There's nothing that their money will buy them that you can't do yourself. So I run a lingerie store, and I can compete with some fairly big names in terms of search results, and there's just me doing that. What other benefits are there in advertising, for example? Well, let's take Google Adwords as opposed to Facebook. There is a difference in thinking about this, because Facebook, you are fishing. You're tying a bit of bait on your hook, which is your advert. You're casting your advert out into the big sea of people out there, and you're hoping some of those people swimming past who see your ad are interested in it and take the bait. And you're forever trying different baits and different people and always trying to find the sweet spot of people that are interested in your product or your message. With Google AdWords and SEO based advertising, it is very different. It's it's in reverse almost. If you think about it, when somebody types a search term into Google, they're actually interested in that. Let's say they're Googling a Ford car or a t-shirt or something, they're actually interested in that product. They want to find more information about it, possibly want to purchase it, researching it, but they've already shown an interest. 100% of people that search for things are interested in those products. So it's very, very different. So if you can tailor your store to give the person what they want, if they Google funny beer t-shirt and you come up with a result that shows them funny beer t-shirts, you're giving them exactly what they want. So there's a lot stronger chance of that person converting, and when they do convert, there's a lot stronger chance of that person spending more money. So your average order value with SEO orders is typically higher, and your cost of acquisition is zero, assuming that you've done this work yourself. So you have to think about it in different terms. If you consider this as well, that if somebody Googles something, again, funny beer t-shirt or Ford Explorer or whatever they're looking for, the results that come up with paid adverts and the results that come up with SEO based free results, the person has still looked for the same thing, exactly the same thing. So the principle of paid adverts with Google Adwords or Google Shopping are exactly the same principles to follow with free adverts with SEO. And if you're really good at it, you don't need to do any paid advertising with AdWords or Shopping, because your results will always be top of the page with SEO anyway, so you don't need to pay for it. But as a model, the two things are exactly the same. So that's a bit of a introduction as to what search engine optimization is, why we're doing it, and why we're doing it on the Shopify platform. Let's dive into the rest of the course, and I hope you find it useful. If you have any comments, feedback, or any other contact you want, you can mail me at tony@wiredup.com. That's TONY @wiredup.com. That's WYRED-UP.com. And you can check out my company at wiredup.com.